from a Heisman to a Nagurski in their rich legacy, and today in Minneapolis, the Golden Gophers hope to add another memorable chapter. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Purdue Boilermakers taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Boilermakers will put total leather to crank us up. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Golden Gophers offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And, David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Running toward the tape. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got him 1st and goal.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Trying play action. He wants it all. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
They say rain usually affects the defense more than the offense. The offensive player knows where he's going, but the defense will disagree. What a start. Come out, first possession, create a turnover, now send a statement. You ain't throwing the ball in this rain.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Coming out aggressively. He makes the catch. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Boilermakers racing to the line in a hurry-up. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out a lot about their mental toughness here in this game because at the start of the season, they were hoping to compete in Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured. And now is the time in this game right here that you can turn it around by getting a win.
And it's hard. Obviously, such a difficult conference. The Big Ten, you got to bring your A game so many times or else you win.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And that is an all-too-familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
The sure hands. It's Algier. They get him down after he makes the catch.
The defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
The inside handoff. And the Golden Gophers get enough for the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Quick strike complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moving out of the pocket. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the toss. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Mills. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
From the shotgun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Right back to him on the ground. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game. Those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a...
Lofts one high and deep. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defenders some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job.
He lofts one down the sideline. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And they didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22. Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it back. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think we can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Not much working there. It'll be second and 9.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Using the quick game. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You can flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown in their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that when you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
The play action fake. Gets it out quickly. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. And the Golden Gophers have their offense in high gear. Going up top on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. That one came in hot, and it's incomplete.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had the last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's a reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the refs. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you see the offense trying to hook up on that in route, but the receiver just not able to create enough separation to complete that throw.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Algier. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's going to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Horn.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Past the 20. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. They'll decline the... That's the result of that play. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Illinois has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 27 to Rutgers. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He'll pull it down and run. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on 1st down. Heaves it deep. Wide open. He makes the catch. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's got his man. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Coming after it. Still on his feet at the 45. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Slings it downfield. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Golden Gophers have pushed it inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a space. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. The offense burns this 3rd and final timeout of the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly. Terrier.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Finds his man. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there in Minneapolis. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Huntington Bank Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Golden Gophers will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Looking to throw for it. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Boilermakers want to move quickly. Back to the ground with the running back. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. At the 45 on his way. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. On the move at the 30. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mills. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Zings it complete to the right. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Purdue! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Leaves it with the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go to the ground. He breaks a tackle. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, I like the idea by the offensive play caller here. You're trying to get aggressive. You're trying to find a chunk play, but that time, QB and receiver can't hook up.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Looking for a big play. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Quickly out to the tight end.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play some coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Feeling some heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown, Boilermakers! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off play action on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He finds his man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On fourth down, trying to find his man. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. They've already put one field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, Dave.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quickly complete. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Comes out throwing on first down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Power football with the run. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The Boilermakers moving quickly to the line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays. through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. First down for this offense. They're going to run it to the right. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Off the play fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's going to take off. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Here's the give off the left side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree with Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. 2nd and 10 here. Handoff from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Boilermakers will punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first.
Lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. play action. Steps away to find some room. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Well, no doubt, that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump. A better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. This time it's complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Taking it the other way. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Minnesota! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They're bringing heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. First order of business here, don't give up a big return, then the defense just has to keep them out of the end zone. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. And he's just going to spike it. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Algier. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to throw on third down. Getting some heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding.